Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. Pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex, it's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun, basketball's a great game.
Travelling Wheeler Motor Canterbury Rams. Brendan Back's here with you this afternoon along with basketball legend Darren Shaw. Darren, what do you expect to see from these two teams tonight?
Well, thanks for having me. But look, I'm really excited about tonight's game. One of the reasons is that I like the way that the Canterbury team has been structured. It's fresh-faced, it's baby-faced, it's three really good imports, which mirrors our team. And I think for the good of New Zealand basketball, I think this is the model we're looking at. You know, our inputs have to be able to come in, they have to be able to help our local players improve. But I think this is going to be an exciting game. However, the loss of Houston O'Reilly is concerning. So I suppose it'll be a committee effort and the boys are going to have to step up, and it's a great opportunity for young Richie Rogers.
And we'd just like to say a thank you to our NBL sponsors, Sal's Authentic New York Pizza, along with TAB and Moulton, the basketball, for the real game. Now, earlier we caught up with the coaches from both teams, and we talked to Trent Adams first, and here's what he had to say.
Can you hear? Yes. Trent, we're 1-2, but the last two games have been exciting and we've hung in there. What have you worked on since that time to try and maybe get us over the hump?
Yeah, as you said, we've been in games. We haven't been able to close them out. It's been a little bit frustrating. Rather than focusing on the last minute, we've sort of talked about doing a better job through the first 39, be a little bit more accurate through there. And instead of being down one with a minute to go, if we're a little bit tidier throughout the game, we could be up 8 and then, sort of get over the hump that way. We haven't executed as well as we'd like down the stretch, so we've done a little bit of work on that and sort of getting time and score pressure on us to see how we go there.
Thank you. Now, I'm hearing that Houston O'Reilly had quite a bad fall on Friday. He's not playing tonight. What's the backup plan, without giving away everything, to cover Houston's loss?
Yeah, Houston's obviously a big loss to us. He plays so many minutes and he's such a spark plug for us and an energiser. So it's going to be a big loss. Richie played really well on Friday night, played some really good minutes for us. He's going to get the start tonight, and then we're going to sort of a little bit by committee through there to sort of get through those backup minutes throughout the game there.
Awesome. Thank you, Trent. Good luck.
Cool. Thank you.
Good luck, eh? All the best. Thank you.
So that was head coach of the Taranaki Mountaineers, Trent Adams. Darren, what did you think about his comments about the game?
Well, I think they were bang on, right on target. He talked about the need maybe not to be in a position where you're going back and forth, and he talked about really execution down the stretch. And obviously it was losing Houston, as we talked about earlier, is a disappointment, but there's opportunities out there.
It's going to be a big storyline tonight, isn't it? That who's going to step up for Houston, and a big part of this Mountaineers team. We also caught up with Sparky Dickel, the head coach of the Canterbury Rams, and here's what he had to say.
Firstly, we'd just like to welcome Coach Sparky Dickel, one of the legends of New Zealand basketball. Sparky, I see you've got a fresh-faced basketball team, a lot of locals, some three really talented imports. What have you been working on, and what are your expectations?
Well, kind of been trying to work on everything. I think the major issues we've had is, like a lot of teams early on in the season, we just leak a whole lot of points. Like every team getting over 100 points is a big issue for us. So today it would be great to see if we made it harder for them to score, and then try and build off that. Sometimes as a coach, I think you get too far ahead of yourself trying to fix everything. So really this week it's been focusing on getting back and trying to take away a lot of their easy opportunities.
Awesome. Now, I liken your team a lot to the Taranaki Owl team, and young locals, young imports who are looking to further their pro career. Can you tell us some of the matchups that you may be looking forward to?
Well, I was really looking forward to see how Xavier went today against Houston O'Reilly. I was really hoping that he's playing. I'm understanding he might be a little bit hurt, so maybe he plays. But that's always a key matchup. Who can control the point guard outcome usually has a good flow on what's going to happen in the game. But I'm just excited to see how all our guys go, because we've been going really well in training. So I'm going to be excited to see if that can carry over.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to the game. It's good to see you, Sparky. All the best.
That was Sparky Dickel, head coach of the Canterbury Rams, and Darren, he talked a little bit about having a young team and the defensive challenge that you need to have, teaching those young guys. You've been in a head coaching job position before with the young team. What does it take to get these young guys to this level defensively?
Well, it is a challenge. Part of the reason everyone loves offense, so you don't need to work that much in terms of they'll figure it out and they'll get their timing right. They know it's going to lead to a bucket. But defensive, they've got to be, number one, motivated. They've got to be willing to give up their bodies. But the young players would be willing to do that. It's just them knowing their rotations, getting their timings down, getting their assignments down. And that takes repetition and just continual practice and coaching and teaching.
Okay, and so the Canterbury Rams in round 2 lost to the Southland Sharks, putting them 1-1 on the table, standing so far, with Shepherd, Washburn and Thames all scoring over 20 points in that game, but it wasn't enough to put away the Sharks. So here are the team lists for the Mountaineers. Number 0, Roger Woods. Number 1, Oscar Robertson. Number 5, Xavier Shaw. Number 7, Houston O'Reilly. Number 8, Richard Roger. Number 10, Dame Brooks. Number 11, Xavier Smith. Number 13, Joe Reddish. Number 14, Alonzo Burden. Number 5, Devontae Douglas. And number 20, Dane O'Leary. And for the Canterbury Rams, number 1, Winston Shepherd. Number 2, Xavier Thames. Number 4, Julian Williams Washburn. Number 5, Taylor Britt. Number 7, Nathan Campbell. Number 10, Max DeGeese. Number 12, Max Darling. Number 13, Josh Aitchison. Number 15, Troy Temera. And number 25, Tony Tolavai. Last game for the Taranaki Mountaineers was Friday night against the Nelson Giants, Darren. We were both there. It was a back and forth battle, especially in the second half. No team really giving an inch, and it basically came down to referees' calls, whether they were right or wrong. But what did you see from the Mountaineers in that last match against the Nelson Giants?
Well, as Trent mentioned, it was more around the execution side of it. I think the play they ran towards the end, I'm not sure if that was the play that or the shot that they wanted. Our Javonte, got the ball and then he looked like he pulled it out.
Yeah. And
he's very talented. He went for the shot, it didn't go down, and then we ended up with a desperation 3. I felt he got fouled.
Yep.
Nothing to take away from the referees. I know they've got a difficult job, but my view is they may have thought that it was a desperation shot and you shouldn't reward it. However, with 1 second on the clock, any shot's going to be desperation.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously a big thing was Houston O'Reilly going down late in that fourth quarter. Was actually supposed to shoot 2 free throws, but Richie Roger came in and nailed both of them. And also nailed a big 3-pointer down the stretch as well. Could you talk a little bit about his performance and having just the value of someone being able to come on in that time of the game and perform like that?
As you mentioned, I thought he made a couple of big plays. He's young, he's new to the league. My understanding is this is his first experience in terms of being part of the rotation, and I thought he came up and he hit 2 big shots, one being the foul shots, obviously. So I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity today, and we just want to encourage him and support him, and the team's got to rally around him and just come together.
Javonte Douglas for the Taranaki Mountaineers, 6'8", 200 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina. So he's playing around 36 minutes a game and averaging around 26 points and 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and shooting 50% from the three-point line, 57% from the field total. Bringing an all-around game for the Mountaineers. Is he the key factor for this game?
Well, I think he will certainly be seen from the opposition as being the key factor in terms of his scoring ability and his all-around ability to make things happen. So he is a key with the other players. Just also, while we're here, I'd like to say hello to Tina and Tony Douglas, the parents of Javonte, and we've hoped that they've tuned in to support the Airs and support their son.
Interesting new look team for this Canterbury Rams, as we talked a little bit about earlier, being very fresh-faced and young, and a lot more local players this year rather than last year. Obviously now with the new rule, you're allowed 3 imports, and they've definitely went out and got some 3 quality players. One of them is Winston Shepherd, forward from Winston Shepherd from San Diego State. Played 4 years there. In 2 games so far, he's averaging 26 points and 10 rebounds, 5 assists himself. Has also played 8 games in the Summer League and played for Santa Cruz team in the G League.
Correct. He's
who
also been over in Europe. So go ahead. Sorry, Sue. Go ahead.
So what do you think he'll be, and who do you think he'll match up with tonight?
Well, I'm imagining that he's going to match up with Javonte, and I think they're going to have it's going to be a good challenge, and we want to see that matchup. And I'd like to see Javonte try and get him in foul trouble, to be honest.
Yep.
If he can attack him and try and get some fouls on him, that'll help us.
Okay, we're about just under 2 minutes away from tip-off here at the TSB Stadium in New Plymouth. I'd just like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Tonight's matchups.
Can I just, while we're here also, just like to say a shout out to Xavier Smith's parents, Reggie and Linda Smith, and also to Roger Wood's parents, Gloria Woods and Roger Smith. So we hope you've tuned in, and you can be proud of your boys. They're doing well.
Absolutely. Good crowd here tonight here in New Plymouth as they start to announce the starting lineups for both teams. We don't have those for you at the moment, but once they get on the court, we'll be able to tell you. What do you think the keys for tonight for both teams will be, Darren?
Well, I've got a feeling that Canterbury will be playing quite a bit of isolation basketball, and I think they're going to have to really, I'm not sure how they're going to play the pick and the roll, but they've got the length, they can switch, they can trap, they've certainly got that versatility.
You see a trend across the league these days where they're not necessarily picking up imports who are predominantly low post players. They're getting guys who can play multiple positions, play both the 3 and the 4 and shoot from outside. You see it with both of these teams here without really getting a dominant big guy. And across the league as well. Is that sort of a trend that you'll think will go further on? Or?
Well, it's a trend that's happening in the NBA. The low post player is starting to be extinct. Yep. I still think there's a place for pinch post, flash post, when you come off a roll and screen that you can post up there. So I think if you ever got another Shaquille O'Neal back, they may change the tactics slightly. But you've got to be able to shoot in this day and age, and you've got to be versatile, and that's how the game is played. So they're stretching the floor, obviously.
Okay, the starting lineups for the Wheeler Motor Canterbury Rams: Winston Shepherd, Xavier Thames, Julian Washburn, Maxwell Darling, and Tony Tulavoy. And for the Taranaki Mountaineers, Roger Woods. Houston O'Reilly is out, so Richie Roger will take his place. Xavier Smith, Lonzo Burden, and Javonte Douglas. As we are almost set for tip-off here.
I think one needs to keep their eye on Max Darling, a young 17, 18-year-old, who my understanding has got a lot of potential and a big upside. So he's starting, so that's That's interesting.
And in his first 2 games, averaging 2.5 blocks. So those long arms coming into effect early on as...
Well, he's certainly a rim protector. So that matchup will be interesting. I think Xavier Smith has some real good potential in terms of blocking shots. I think he got a couple of calls that may not have gone his way last game, but he's motivated.
As the Canterbury Rams will start off, and Winston Shepherd, who will match up against Woods as they go through and look to get the ball into Darling early on, and he loses it straight away. Roger Woods comes away with it. Lonzo Burden with the ball.
We run that motion, dribble handoff, get everyone involved.
Good offensive rebound there by
Good rebound.
Roger Woods, and he's able to put it back in.
See, offensive rebound is really a huge skill to have, because you actually turn a missed shot into a made basket. So well done to Roger.
And the first 2 possessions for the Canterbury Rams, the result in 2 turnovers so far.
And Alonso seems to have had bothered that pass, so that was good defense. Looking for a big game from Alonso. I think he'll step up tonight, and he's really valuable to the team. But with Houston out, he's obviously going to have to play some minutes at point guard.
And who do you think will back up at the point guard position? They've got a lot of players who can sort of switch positions and play different parts. Who do you think will spell him?
I think it'll be Alonso. I think they'll mix up the lineups, and when he's out, Alonso will take the point guard.
Xavier Smith with that triple for the Mountaineers.
Very nice.
Canterbury Rams here just looking to try and execute their stuff, and a nice sort of backdoor play there as Washburn hits the layup.
Yeah, a good read on offense.
Just a little screen to screen the action down in the low block.
The game is pretty basic, really. Make the right calls, make good decisions, move without the ball, and stop your man from scoring.
Canterbury Rams putting a little bit of full court pressure on, start the game with.
So strong.
Nice goal. Actually, Roger with the 2 there.
That'd be great for his confidence.
To see Alonzo Burden matched up with Xavier Thames. Richie will take Tolovai at the top as the ball goes to Shepherd against Woods. Back into the low block against Darling.
Screen and roll. Oh.
Washburn with the 3, unable to hit. Battle for the loose ball. Thames ends up with it, and an easy free-throw line jumper 2 for Xavier Thames. Thames will match up with Richie. A nice little welcome to the NBL for your first start. See where the Mountaineers go with this position. Again, Richie getting to the hole, and again, nice layup from the young fella.
Nice layup for the young fella.
Great start for the young man.
Great start for him.
9-4 here in the early going for the Mountaineers. Shepherd with the ball out top, guard by Woods. Now Thames on the switch. Shepherd unable to hit, and Alonzo Burden comes away with it. Oh, miscommunication there with Richie, and it results in a turnover.
Need to look after that basketball.
And wide open underneath as Tony Tolovai throws it down.
That's too easy.
9-6 here in the early going.
So it appears they may mix the point guard responsibilities. Switch it up for Alonzo.
Woods unable to hit the layup.
Go strong, Roger.
Nice cut by Darling, and he throws it down.
Cut.
2 dunks in a row for the Rams.
Dump it inside and a quick cut. Big dunk.
As the Airs look to move the ball, a nice over the top pass. And again, the Airs throw it away. Canterbury ain't able to get out and run, but again, a turnover, which results in Smith under the basket for the easy one. Good sloppy play here from both teams early on. In terms of turnovers. Thames with the ball out top. Tulawai comes high to receive. Hands it back off to Thames. Tulawai will look into the post. Now gives it to Washburn. Shoots the three. I think he knew he missed that straight away.
For the three.
Oh, it's like again, a miscommunication by the Mountaineers results in a layup by Washburn.
Not sure if they missed an assignment, if they were switching up then.
Alonzo Burden for three
Nice
and
shot.
drops it. Just catch and shoot there.
And he's got a great shooting form, a great stroke,
And has improved year and year as he's
Yes.
been in the league, hasn't he?
and he allows the game to come to him.
Yeah.
He's got a good defensive assignment, obviously switched there. Baseline help.
And once again, another layup for the Canterbury Rams. No rim protection for the Mountaineers at the moment. Roger Woods will try and bully his way to the basket and will go to the free throw line.
That's where those long arms come in good play.
Roger Woods, 6'5", guard forward from Jackson, Mississippi.
Attended Little Rock, Arkansas University.
Oh, nice.
Had a very good career. They made the tournament. And I believe he's played a season in Switzerland. So his career's young. Wants to work on his game and obviously try and play at the highest level he can.
Knocks down the first free throw.
7'2" wingspan is my understanding.
Oh, wow. That's handy. Thane O'Leary has come onto the game for Xavier Smith.
Thane's an intelligent player.
I think Trent brings him on for his defensive prowess, and as I said,
you go.
right on cue, he gets the offensive board there.
Yeah, he's a player where the stats don't really show his value, but he makes a difference for sure.
Shepherd kicks it out. Washburn the spin, turnaround jumper, unable to hit. Burden with the rebound.
Good rebound.
And a little foul there. Tony Tulawai will pick it up. Julian Washburn already has 6 points for the Rams. 16-12 in favour of the Mountaineers. As Tony Tulawai comes off. And young Max de Geese will get an early entry into the game.
Okay.
Also for the Taranaki Mountaineers, Xavier Shaw has come in for Roger Woods. As Canterbury has the ball now as they swing it around. De Geese, who is known for his jump shot.
Those rebounds.
As Shepherd was fouled.
So Winston Shepherd steps to the line.
Devontae Douglas will pick up his first.
So Winston's out of San Diego State. Has played in the G League a couple of seasons. Has played in the NBA and certainly played in Europe. So he's a young import who's, I think, 2 years out of school, and he's looking to improve his prospects as a professional.
Averaging in his first 2 games 26 points per game, 10 rebounds and 5 assists. So definitely racking up stat lines in his first 2.
It certainly illustrates that he has an all-round game. There's that motion offense, ball screens.
Again, Richie trying to get to the rim there, unable
He's certainly been aggressive.
Yeah. I think making the most of the start that he's been given and the opportunity.
He certainly hasn't been tentative, so that's positive.
And this new man coming in, Joe Reddish, for the Taranaki Mountaineers. number 13. We'll see his first action, NBL action this season.
So he's got to get himself involved by making sure he's playing hard defence, meeting his assignments.
Mountaineers having to rotate here. Unable to secure the rebound as they kick it back out. Shepherd has the ball. Javonte Douglas on him. He will look to go one-on-one. Tries to get to the rim. Puts the shot up. And Alonzo Burden comes away with the rebound. Oh, Xavier Shaw running the lanes there. Unable to hit. Now they throw it to him in the mid-post. Alonzo Burden comes off. Throws a cross-court pass. Very dangerous. And ball will go out of bounds to the Mountaineers. 9 seconds left on the shot clock for the Ears. Woods will come back in for Javonte Douglas. And it's like Taylor Britt will come in for Max de Geese. Taylor Britt, young left-hander out of Christchurch, one of the locals.
Ball screen.
Alonzo Burden steps up for a three, unable to hit. Shepherd with a rebound. Shepherd sort of plays point guard and power forward for
it
this
certainly
team.
appears he's got an all-round game.
As Taylor Britt gets to the rim, unable to hit. Gets his own rebound line on the floor. And Thames gets to the rim.
Just those loose balls. Those loose balls.
Mountaineers are able to get up with the loose balls, loose rebounds, just being tipped away from them a bit. And
Canterbury just seem to be getting there, tipping it away, coming underneath. So we need to secure that. Appears we've lost the contact.
so Xavier,
Keep the game going.
Xavier Thames will probably sub out here. Mountaineers on top, 18-14, 2 minutes 18 left in the quarter.
And a good result. I think we potentially are going to see a game similar to Friday.
Close back and forth battle. As Reddish will bring the ball up.
Yep, got to help him, give him support.
As the Mountaineers run through their actions. Xavier Shaw getting the ball along the baseline. Nice kick out pass to Alonzo Burden, who knocks down the three. Nice play there for the Mountaineers. Alonzo Burden knocking down the three.
He's getting off to a nice start.
Tough matchup here for Xavier Shaw
Yep,
with Shepherd.
got to step up.
And no one's there to step up against the layup. Washburn. Xavier Shaw with the ball out front. Back to the top for Thane.
Yeah,
Roger Woods looking to get to the rim, and a blocking foul called on Nathan Campbell, another local boy from Canterbury, as Xavier Smith checks back in for Thane O'Leary.
Xavier Smith's got some nice length on him. He's certainly got a nice wingspan.
And also fits in kind of into that category we were talking about before, of big guys who can step out and shoot and stretch the floor a little bit.
And I think he realises that's a big part of his development in terms of becoming a pro.
Yep.
Well, he is a pro, but developing his career.
Xavier Shaw drives to the lane, able to hit the finger roll. Canterbury come away with it. Taylor Britt, natural left-hander, hands it off to Washburn, who kicks it back out to Britt. Drives baseline. Smith almost got the steal there. Tony Tolovai knocks down the three. Lonzo Burden, played by Tony Tolovai, as Reddish comes to the ball. Xavier Shaw out front. Smith with the ball at the top. Nice drive there by Reddish, unable to hit. As Shepherd has
Nice
the ball.
drive, he was aggressive.
And Shepherd is fouled going to the rim.
Yeah, those calls are always difficult. You're not quite sure if it's a no call. However, it is difficult being a ref. I applaud them. I certainly couldn't do it. What about you?
I won't go there. It seems that Canterbury's tactic here is to try and get to the rim as much as possible. They feel they have a sort of advantage going to the rim and attacking this defence for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, it appears they're attacking the defence, and if the defence collapse, they're certainly looking to kick it out. And they've looked to go inside in the post.
Interesting. We haven't had much from Javonte Douglas so far. He entered back into the game. Number 15 for the Taranaki Mountaineers.
And Javonte is the type of player who can come in and score quickly in a matter of 5 or 6 minutes. He could score 12 points.
Absolutely.
So
we'll see if they get him a shot here as he has the ball out top, played by Tony Tulavai. Smith has the smaller guys sealed underneath, and we don't see him as Roger Woods bullies his way to the rim and scores it. And a foul.
And one. That's a bit of old school bully ball.
Bully ball.
Yeah, bully ball.
And as you can see on your screen, he definitely has the body to be a bully ball kind of guy. Roger Woods.
He's a smart, intelligent player and a good team player.
Yeah, talking to Trent Adams, he says that he can play multiple positions,
yes.
1 through 4.
Well, let's see him. He may need to play point guard tonight.
Yep. And we talked about the long arms and the length, so that definitely helps as well. And Taranaki Mountaineers in a zone to start this position. Xavier Shaw with the rebound. Javonte Douglas and Mountaineers unable to get a shot off. So, end of the first quarter, Mountaineers 24, along the visiting Canterbury Rams 21. Darren, so what are your thoughts on that first quarter? Sort of back and forth, but Ayers sort of maintaining that lead throughout.
Yeah, I think it's look, the Ayers, they lost a couple of loose balls, a couple of rebounds, defensive rebounds were tapped away and they ended up getting scored on. But I think if they tighten that up, I mean, they'd be up by 8.
Definitely.
So I think they're looking good. I think they'll tidy those and make those adjustments for sure.
What'd you see from this Canterbury side? They looked like they were trying to get to the rim early and often.
Yeah, to be honest, I expected them to put a bit more pressure on our point guard and the ball carrier. But that may come on later in the game. They certainly seem to be taking it to the basket, kicking it out.
Certainly the imports for the Canterbury Rams play a big part in what they do in their last game against the Southland Sharks, which they went down to at home. All scored 20 or more points, and I think the next highest scoring guy was Tony Tulavai with 8. So they obviously carry the load on the offensive end for their team.
And I think we've done a pretty good job at this stage.
I guess if you can hold them to 20 each, that's only 60 of their points. So now you've got to look at who you defend and who else is scoring for that team.
Well, that's certainly one way to look at it from a mathematical point of view. Did Canterbury play? Did they play on Saturday? Or?
So this will be their first game for round 3.
Okay.
So they only play the one game, and this is their first away game as well. So big test for the young team.
It is a big test.
Mountaineers starting the quarter with Xavier Shaw, Richie Roger, Xavier Smith, Roger Woods, and Javonte Douglas. Taylor Britt for the Canterbury Rams alongside Xavier Thames. Thames. Shepherd, as well as Julian Washburn and Max Darling.
So it appears Xavier Thames plays a number of positions. My understanding was he's a point guard, but he's point guard, shooting guard, small forward.
And something's happened there as the teams went out, but now they've gone back into their coach.
Interesting, Julian Washburn His father's name is Chris Washburn. He was the number 3 player picked in the 1986 NBA draft. So if Chris Washburn is tuned in, hi Chris, I hope all is well with you. But he was a very talented player, 6'11" with some real special physical gifts.
Definitely looks like his son has carried on the basketball tradition in their family.
Yes, and his son played at, I think it was the University of Texas El Paso. UTEP, and played in the G League. I believe he was on the G League championship team, Austin. So he certainly brings some experience. And again, all the inputs on the court are really at the 24, 25, 26 years old bracket. So they're young, just starting out.
Mostly just out of the college scene, and 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years out. Fresh legs and experience will come as they get older. And as they play more.
And they definitely use this league as to be seen for obviously the next step up, which is the Aussie NBL.
Yes. And if you look around the league, we've got quite a large representation of players who have Australian NBL experience.
Definitely.
Including our own New Zealand players. So it's a real wonderful opportunity for these guys to get exposed and possibly play in the Australian NBL overseas, and then possibly the NBA.
Definitely. And we'll finally get things started here for the second quarter. Javonte Douglas will start with the ball. She comes off as he comes down a Pindo. And again, Richie, it's to the rim, and the follow-up by Xavier Shaw. And
nice rebound.
Woods gets the rebound, but it's blocked by Max Darling.
Max Darling, yeah. Some long arms there.
Xavier Shaw with the rebound. Woods with the ball as he looks to get to the rim. Smith with a long range 3, unable to hit. Britt with the rebound as he brings it up, matches up with Richie. Washburn now at Tams with the ball. Mountaineers switching on D.
Yeah, they're switching on. Baseline out. Good rebound.
All right, unable to.
Just an example of one of those plays.
As Washburn measures the 3 and knocks it down.
It appears they're putting a little more pressure on our point guard.
Here's running through their sets. Mismatch down low. Here's unable to see it. Woods picks it out. Richie unable to hit the 3 as Washburn has the ball for the Rams. Shepherd with the ball against Woods. Unable to get anywhere, shoots a turnaround jumper.
Well, that was good defense.
Smith with the rebound.
Forced him to take a tough shot.
Ball is reversed as Smith gives it to Richie, and the shot clock running down for the ears. Woods looks to get to the rim.
Good take.
And blocking foul on Max Darling as Woods will go to the line.
The ears are patient. Yeah, Javonte Douglas, he's not looking to force things. He's looking to play within the team structure. Get everyone involved.
Subs in for the Taranaki Mountaineers. Lonzo Burden back in for Xavier Shaw. Taranaki Mountaineers 27, Canterbury Rams 24 as he knocks down the second. Thames with the ball.
Xavier Thames. A little confusing with 3 Xaviers out there.
Darling to get to the rim, reverse layup. Again, another offensive rebound for the Canterbury Rams. And Washburn cleans it up.
Hurting us. Hurting the ears.
Burden with the ball out top, looking to get it into Smith. As he kicks it out to Woods. Woods up, fakes. Goes down the middle. Devontae Douglas with a 3. Unable to hit, front of the rim. Shepherd comes away with it for the Rams. Looking to get to the rim, kicks it out. Darling with a 3 and knocks it down, the young fella for the Canterbury Rams.
Very confident. Is he a schoolboy still? Is he out of school?
I think he might still be at school. He went to Christ Boys and Canterbury, played for Mark. So Mark Dickel also coaches that team along with Max DeGeese on Canterbury Rams team. Pretty sure those two are still at high school.
Yeah, well, he's certainly a player for the future.
And a timeout called by the Taranaki Mountaineers.
So the momentum swung.
Yeah,
slightly.
definitely.
So I'm sure Trent's rallying the troops and he'll be coming up with some plays. As we know, Trent's a real student of the game.
Absolutely.
And very strategic, and I really admire his passion for the game and for the way he thinks about the game and for his coaching ability.
And once again, we talked about it just before, Mountaineers just unable to get those loose balls, offensive rebounds, that sort of stuff, killing their ears at the moment.
At the moment, that's what's hurting us. Grabbing a rebound, not securing it, and then they seem to get it, and that's hurt us. So I'm not sure what the strategy, whether we send all 5 guys to the boards or 3 and 2 leak. I'm not quite certain there. Good to see some faithful supporters out there.
Yeah, a good crowd has turned up for Sunday Mother's Day afternoon basketball here in Taranaki.
And for the worldwide viewers watching, we just need to say that Taranaki is maybe the only place in the world where you can go skiing on a mountain and then jump in the ocean on the same day.
Ride the waves.
Maybe a little cold, but
yeah,
it's a beautiful place.
Once again, Mountaineers in a zone defense here. As nice ball movement there from the Rams. And
secure that rebound.
And they do just that.
The Rams certainly don't seem like they're forcing shots.
Yeah, just moving the ball.
Looking for the open man.
Smith on the low block.
Jump hook.
Turn around hook. Shepherd takes the rim. Little floater.
See, that's
tough
good defense. He had to shoot over. Xavier made him change his shot.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great D.
His last 2 positions have gone into the post and foul there on the cut. Ayers will have the ball on the baseline. And St. O'Leary will come in for Roger Woods. 14 seconds left on the shot clock for the Ears.
The play they got drawn up here.
Looks like Canterbury in a zone.
Baseline.
And
good move.
A foul as Devontae Douglas will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So that's that versatility, being able to shoot, being able to put it on the floor, 2 dribbles, 1 dribble, get to the basket.
Very athletic too, has a good first step.
So I liked how Trent went out there and it appears that and I haven't discussed this with him, but it appears he's gone out and recruited for length and versatility, and that's certainly what we have.
And you're seeing a bit of a change up in the defence. The last couple of years, we've seen the Mountaineers, they've been very stick to the one defence with man-to-man, and they've been very good defensively, but this year we've seen them switch it up a little bit with a little bit of zone and switching defences. So it's good, definitely entertaining from our point of view to see a bit of change in that.
It is entertaining.
What do you think about having the NBL having the 3 imports now?
I believe if they had the 3 imports and they modelled in similar ways to these two teams are, then I'm all for it. However, I still like to see the local players get more opportunities.
Yeah, could it take away some teams from their local talent, or
well, from our
get
perspective, for teams that aren't as deep and don't have that pool of talent,
yep,
it's helpful
for us to be competitive with
yes
the teams with a little bit more money.
Because so from that perspective, it certainly helps teams like in the smaller markets, like ourselves, the Jets.
And also brings a good entertainment value to the fans as well, being able to see these great young prospects who will be
well. We're at a stage now, an era where you're seeing that one generation getting older, the Mika Vakonas.
Yep.
They're towards the end of their career, and now we've got this younger group coming through, younger group of Tall Blacks, etc.
And a nice up fake, but unable to hit. Little floater.
Good solid rebound.
As Richie reverses the ball, Monte Douglas, nice little pullback jumper and knocks it down.
And that's a nice move. Got him off balance, pulled back, nice jump shot.
Shepherd.
Face up to the basket.
Against Dane O'Leary, Dane stays in front.
Jump hook, pass.
Oh, and a foul there on Xavier Smith.
So neck and neck at 29 all.
4 minutes 32 left in the first half. Max de Geese will come off and Taylor Britt will come on for the Canterbury Rams. Referees having a discussion whether it's two shots. Shooting.
Tony Tulavai, a former player of the years. I think he played here 2 or 3 seasons ago. Is that correct?
Yeah, under Coach Ross McMains.
Okay. And I know he's got some NBL experience in terms of being a development player.
Yeah,
I think
overseas.
it was for the Kings and
yep.
Sydney Kings, and I can't quite remember the other team. But he's a young player with some good potential, and he's forming that next generation of players.
Roger Woods will come in for Xavier Smith.
It appears now they might be putting a bit more pressure on our point guard.
You think something like that would come into play more so at the end of the game, where legs get tired and decision making is important?
I would have thought they maybe possibly would have gone at the point guard defensively from the get-go.
And a foul there as now Nez will retain the possession.
But I think Richie's done really well.
Yeah, he's been smart as he takes a sub on the bench. Joe Reddish will come in for him. Has gone into the lane when he can and made some good decisions, and he's been quite patient too, running the team's offense.
He has been patient and aggressive when need be.
Tough pass, but good catch by Thane.
That's the length, the long arms come into play there. Looked like, was Alonso looking to pass that ball?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Either way, a foul is called, and Canterbury Rams in the penalty, so he will shoot nonetheless.
And Alonso's a player that we've got big hopes for. The son of Willie Burton. A great player back in the old days.
And he knocks down the first.
And as we know, Alonso was born in New Plymouth. Didn't seem that long ago, but
went to school in St. John's and Hastings.
So Hawke's Bay. Key member for the Airs for sure. Solid rebound.
As he brings it up himself and finds Monte Douglas. Nice little inside pass there to Roger Woods, who puts it in.
Good team play there. See, Alonso's got the ability to grab the rebound and push the ball himself.
Goes
Found the open man, and it led to a nice basket. A good pass by Devontae.
Thames gets to the rim, but again, the Mountaineers unable to clean up the boards, and Canterbury will get it back in a timeout.
Well, it appears we're doing a pretty good job on Xavier Thames. So Xavier Smith, he comes to us out of Dallas, Texas, and he attended Oklahoma City University, which is a NAIA school, which is the smaller colleges in the States, but it's a powerhouse NAIA school. And Xavier also played in Cyprus. As we see Houston not walking the best.
No. Cowboy for the Mountaineers tonight instead of the starting point guard duties.
So hopefully we can get him back on the court ASAP.
Very tough foul. It was on a fast break situation and going in for a layup, and he was knocked on his backside, and
he landed awkwardly. I think he landed
awkwardly
on his tailbone, and it didn't look comfortable for sure. It's good to see Drew Green on the bench.
Definitely.
He's passionate about basketball, and I think he can be that link between the coach and the players.
A long-time player and
passionate about the game.
Mountaineers in a zone here.
Zone, a 2-3.
Taylor Britt turns the ball over. Good steal. Xavier Shaw in the right place at the right time. Throws it up for Javonte Douglas.
Boom.
Nice play there for the Mountaineers.
Nice beautiful play.
Mountaineers
a steal,
36.
push the ball, a lob. That's what we need.
Thames gets to the rim and foul and one. He will go to the free throw line.
And that foul was on.
Like it was Alonzo Burden.
Okay.
Only his first.
Braxton, I'm trying hard here not to be a fan at the moment. So
It's okay, mate.
I'm trying not to yell out things that I shouldn't be saying. But thanks for having me on board.
It's all right. We'll turn your microphone off when the game gets closer.
If we've got a silencer, that'd be wonderful.
The sensor. As Thames hits the extra. 34-36 to the Mountaineers. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. For a two-man game with Thane O'Leary and Alonzo Burden. Slips as another loose ball. Just a bit sloppy there, and Thames comes away, and Shepherd finishes with a dunk.
I mean, sloppy play on our behalf, but from Canterbury's behalf, they'd say it's great defense.
Yeah. It just looked like the Mountaineers, well, a bit unsure of where they wanted to go there on that position. Slow getting into their actions. So we see the switching D there by the Canterbury Rams. Inside out for the ears. Alonzo Burden unable to hit.
It's a strong rebound. He's certainly over the rim.
Nathan Campbell goes up with it and is blocked by Thane O'Leary on the second attempt, but gets his own board again.
That's a great block. Get out of here. Great defense, Thane. Not in Thane's house.
Shepherd with the ball, kicks it out to Thames. Shoots a floater at the end of the shot clock. Thane O'Leary with the rebound.
Alonzo running the point.
Gets it up to Shepherd.
Devontae.
Haven't seen much of Washburn in the second quarter here. Canterbury in a zone. Thane in the middle where you want to be in that zone. And ball is tipped off of Canterbury's legs. So the Mountaineers will have 5 seconds to shoot. Baseline out of bounds.
I'm sure they'll have a nice play. Trent's probably got about 700.
So. They throw it away.
Come on, hustle back. Good D.
And the Mountaineers lucky on on that position to get that one
Yeah,
back.
I think Canterbury would be disappointed not to have capitalised on that play. So there's been parts of the game that have been scrappy. Got to tighten it up.
Yeah, on both parts. And
both parts.
And you can tell the score is even at the moment with minute 32 left.
So we might be in for another nail biter. I'm sure as the coaches, they certainly would rather see a bigger lead on both ends.
Absolutely. As the Mountaineers run through their sets, and see the defense from the Canterbury Rams just switching all screens.
They're switching.
And so up to the Mountaineers to figure out what to do against that. Usually just trying to find the correct mismatch.
Yes.
And foul there by Devontae Douglas. And Shepherd will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Shepherd's athletic. I met him earlier before the game, and a nice young fella. Athletic looking, tall, long, and certainly he's had an impact on the league thus far.
Yes, he sort of plays the point guard duties as well as the scoring role for this.
And what I've been impressed with,
team.
he doesn't seem to force it. He makes the right plays. He'll drive in, either kick it out, layup, open shots.
As he knocks down both free throws, subs here for the Taranaki Mountaineers. Devontae Douglas and Thane O'Leary come out. Richie Roger and Xavier Smith will enter into the game.
I actually like how Coach Adams is subbing. It appears he gives guys certain rest that allows the bench players to get a couple of minutes under their belt. Just if they're needed later on in the fourth quarter. So it's resting the right players.
Half-time interviews, whoever's going down.
And another sloppy play there from the Taranaki Mountaineers. Lonzo Burden able to catch that. And Canterbury will have the ball. Timeout to the Taranaki Mountaineers. .48 seconds left in the first half. Taranaki Mountaineers 36 to the visiting Canterbury Rams 38. Just like to say a thank you to the NBL sponsors, Sal's Authentic New York Pizza, Molten Basketball, and the TAB for sponsoring this year's New Zealand Basketball League. Canterbury will have the ball to start this possession, and both teams switching up between zone and man-to-man defenses. We'll see if the Taranaki Mountaineers come up out in zone and man-to-man after the timeout. Shepherd and Xavier Thames obviously playing big roles for this Canterbury Rams team. We haven't seen much of Julian Washburn here in this second quarter. I'm not sure if that's a foul problem. Our stats are a little bit out at the moment. And Mountaineers are in a zone as Canterbury Rams move the ball around a little bit. Max de Geese can't hit the three-pointer, and again the Canterbury Rams just able to corral the loose rebound. Mountaineers have it now. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Roger Woods isolated against the Geese, and he goes right at him, right to the rim, and foul is called, and he will go to the line. Nice play there by Roger Woods, able to get to the rim and draw some contact. Substitution here for Taranaki Mountaineers as Lonzo Burden will come out. He looks a little bit winded after that last play, and Thane O'Leary will come in, as well as the young man Oscar Robertson. Five seconds after the free throws, of course. 5 seconds left in the quarter. As he's unable to hit the first. And airballs the second. As Coach Sparky Dicker will call a timeout with 5 seconds left, when he'll see if he can get something before half time. See the strategy a lot from coaches, able to, you know, momentum is such a big thing going into half time, and would like to come out with some sort of positive play against a said team, resulting in a score, and it'll be a big momentum boost going into the halftime break. As you see, the Taranaki Mountaineers shooting 62% from two-point land. Free throws, rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds for the years. It's just pretty even for both teams. As Canterbury will have the whole length of the court. Got to watch for the runouts here. 5 seconds, a lot of time to get a shot up. Washburn gets a bit of a look at it, but unable to convert. As we will go into halftime, Taranaki Mountaineers 36 to the visiting Canterbury Rams 38. Both teams with some sloppy play in the early going, and you can tell by the scoreline it's quite even, quite low scoring. Turnovers affecting both teams thus far. As we will have a quick interview with Lonzo Burden from the Taranaki Mountaineers team.
Kia ora, Alonzo. Another close game. Firstly, I feel that we've played pretty well without Houston. What's going to happen in the locker room? What do we need to do for the second half?
I think offensively the ball's got to move a little bit more for us, and rebounding. We're getting killed on the rebounding count, so we've got to fix those things up. I mean, what is it? It's a 2-point game, and we're not playing so well, so we've got to lift the energy up and start improving that.
Yeah, I feel there's another level you guys can go to. So good luck for the second half, and have a good game. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks to Lonzo Burden for that interview, and good positive outlook for his team going into it. Obviously, comment was he obviously hasn't played. They haven't played very well, but only being down 2. I guess you could see that as a positive thing. Once they start playing a little bit better, things could look up. And we'll have an interview with Coach Sparky Dickel from the Canterbury Rams.
Coach, second half, close game. What can we look forward to?
Well, it's going to be a close game. That much has been established, and we're kind of struggling to guard them. So we've got to figure out a way to make it a little bit harder for them to score.
Well, from a crowd perspective, close games are always good. Good luck in the second half, Sparky.
Thanks to Sparky for that. both teams finding it hard to guard each other on both ends. I guess that's why we've seen a little bit of zone defense from both teams. Could be a strategic thing. Obviously the zone seems to be working, but both teams generally have moved the ball pretty well. So good job from both of them there. As we will head into a break at the moment. And just a quick wrap up for the first half of the Taranaki Mountaineers versus the Canterbury Rams. Taranaki Mountaineers 36 to the visiting Canterbury Rams 38. Tightly close fought battle here at the TSB Stadium. Both teams playing hard, switching up their defences. We will take a quick break and go into some commercials, and we will see you when we get back.
There's a lot to be said about you Kiwis. You like breaking new ground? You're the best in your field? Stand up for what you believe in. But when it comes to pizza, you can't beat authenticity. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza.
Hi guys, Tom Abercrombie from the Tall Blacks here. I bet you didn't know, but the TAB are big funders of basketball in New Zealand, and Mark's here with a cool new offer.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting for basketball fans out there. If you haven't got a TAB account, download the app and use the promo code BBALL20. Do a $20 deposit, we'll match it, so your balance will be 40 plus we give Basketball New Zealand $20 as well. Pretty good offer.
So if a new customer signs up, they get a $20 bonus, plus Basketball New Zealand gets $20 as well.
That's right, Alex, it's a pretty good deal. Do remember, BBALL20 in the promo code when you download the app and put in an account. Enjoy it, have fun, basketball's a great game.
Tukaha.
It means stand strong.
To the great challenges we face.
To stand strong with our brothers and sisters.
With our families and our communities.
With our supporters.
With those who lift us up to take on the world.
It's the name of our haka.
Tāringa whakarongo ki amu.
Stand strong.
Stand with us.
Tukaha, New Zealand.
How long have we got? Washburn for the Rams. Julian Washburn. And Roger Woods for the Ears. Number 4 for the Rams. And number 0 for the Ears. How long have we got?
Okay. How long?
Yep. So count us in.
How long we got?
Now. We're going in now.
For how long? Oh.
We're going to go in now. Welcome back to the TSB Stadium, where this afternoon's matchup between the Taranaki Mountaineers and the Canterbury Rams is halftime, and we'll have a look at a couple of player profiles, starting with the Taranaki Mountaineers, Roger Woods. Good Good game from him so far, Darren.
Yeah, he's had a good game. I think he's gone strong to the rim, as you call it, or as it's now commonly known, bully ball. But I think he's been solid. And expect a big half out of him, but he's gone to the line and certainly made 5 of 7. So he's taken it to the basket, getting fouled. He's made 1 assist, a couple of steals.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you just you talked about bully ball and getting to the rim. He's been fouled 4 times, so
yes.
Definitely adds up onto the other team when you can get to the free throw line as much as you can.
And as you mentioned, it gets other people in foul trouble, which can alter how they play. As
we see Julian Washburn for the Canterbury Rams.
So he's having a strong, solid game. 5 for 10, 4 for 5 2-pointers. I think he's been solid all the way around. He hasn't looked to take to the basket, but I think he's going to have a big game the second half. They're going to win for sure.
Yeah, and if you look across the board for this Canterbury team, they have 11 team assists so far, so it shows that they've moved the ball a little bit.
They are moving.
And especially against the zone, they've kind of moved it from side to side and got some good outside jumpers.
Which is kind of opposite to what I thought they would do. I thought they'd do a little more isolation play, but they are moving the ball well and looking for the open man.
So definitely sharing, and we did catch up with Sparky just before the teams went into the locker rooms at half-time, and both teams have showed us a little bit of zone, and he was talking about how his players were struggling to guard their players, and I'm sure that
a little both ways.
The zone has resulted. The zone defense has resulted in that. So,
well, when you give them different looks from time to time, it can upset the rhythm, the timing of things. So that's one of the positives of mixing your defenses. Doesn't always necessarily work, but it certainly changes how the other team plays. So look, I'm looking forward to the second half. I think Javonte Douglas has got a big half in him. They've kept him reasonably quiet. At the same time, I think we'll run more actions, or the Airs will run more actions, and I think he'll come out and have 20.
Only 4 points so far, 2 of 5 shooting. Has played 16 minutes, so he'll be looking to put a stamp on the second half, no doubt.
And I look for Alonso to look for his shots.
As we look to start off the third quarter.
36-38 to the Rams.
Tames with the ball, it goes to Shepherd against Woods. Unable to get to the rim as
Tony Tulavai.
And he throws it away. Probably looking for a backdoor cut there by Washburn, but
yeah, Washburn may have thrown him off, but I'm not sure the backdoor was there.
Mountaineers starting with Thane O'Leary, Richie Rogers, Vontae Douglas, Xavier Smith and Roger Woods. Smith with the ball at the top. Gives it
Dribble
to Woods.
Handoff.
Thane O'Leary not really known as a shooter from out there. It's a nice hustle play there from Douglas, able to save the ball in.
You know, I think in this day and age, the big fellas, they kind of have to shoot out there.
Nice little finger roll there as he gets to the rim.
Nice move by Thane. Took it strong.
Shepherd with the ball at the top, up fakes.
Good rotate.
And with the three, unable to
that's
make
great
it.
rotation by Thane. Javonte came to help out and Thane rushed out to the shooter. And that's where Thane's IQ comes into play.
Plug another offensive rebound to the Canterbury Rams. Their team has 24.
So the offensive rebound certainly hurting the ears.
Sorry, that's 10 offensive boards
10
for
offensive.
a total of 23 total rebounds.
Okay.
Rams will have 12 seconds on the shot clock. Trent discussing the call with the referee.
Calls are often discussed and debated.
On the sideline. maybe giving the referee a little bit of advice as to how she could do better.
And I'm sure he's doing it in a respectful manner. It would illustrate that it's Mother's Day. So.
Absolutely. Douglas kicks it out to Thane. Thane gets to the rim, kicks it out. Douglas once again, and he turns the ball over. Thane's with the ball and blocking foul on
that's
Thane
good foul.
O'Leary. Does stop the fast break.
Stops the flow, so... It may be time for Javante to be a little more assertive and go looking for his shots. But I like the fact he's trying to play within the team concept. And there's certainly times where you've got to take it on yourself.
As he guards Washburn in the corner. Woods will defend Shepherd as he pulls up and shoots a three right in the face of Roger Woods. Thane enters the ball into the post to Smith. Turnaround jumper doesn't go. Darling with the rebound.
Would have been nice to see a little left hook.
Washburn gets to the rim. Unable to hit the layup. And just again, the offensive boards killing the Mountaineers, and Darling has an opportunity to go get...
I mean, I feel for Xavier. He made Julian miss that shot, and then they end up with the ball, and now we end up with a foul.
Yeah.
So when you make great defensive plays, we need to grab that loose ball.
That's the thing, when you have to rotate defensively, you also got to rotate and box out that helper's man too.
Right.
So as he knocks down the first, young Maxwell Darling.
Seems like a very composed young player.
And makes them both.
Lucky bounce, but he'll take it.
See what the Mountaineers do here, as it looks like they're just going to go through their normal motion. Nice shot there by Richie Rogers.
He's not afraid to shoot.
Seen good things from him the last two games, especially tonight. He's stepped up in the absence of Houston O'Reilly. He's had a big game so far.
I mean, this is going to build on his confidence, and once Houston returns, will only be better. Driving, kicking it out. There's Julian.
Thames from the baseline, turnaround jumper, able to hit. Tough shot there. And
tough shot. I mean, not a lot.
Smith leaking out, and they call a foul on Julian Washburn. That'll be his third. Not sure if that's a really good foul. It looked like it was going to be a tough catch no matter what. Don't know whether he could have got up with that.
Even if he had caught it, he may have been out of bounds or scored a touchdown in the NFL.
Woods at the top, guarded by Thames.
On ball screen.
Rogers turns it over. Darling the ball, and this is what the Canterbury Rams like to do. They like to get out and run. They've definitely got the players for it as they rotate the ball. Three-point shot from the top doesn't go.
Canterbury certainly making that extra pass.
Monte Douglas sees a gap, tries to go through it, and is fouled by Xavier Thames. Sideline ball for the Mountaineers. Turns the corner, nice kick out pass to Smith from the top of the key. Unable to hit. Once again, Canterbury pushing the ball. Shepherd in the corner against O'Leary. Mid-range two pull-up. Javante Douglas with the rebound.
That's a solid rebound.
And he looks to go coast to coast and blocked out, but there is a foul. Looks like Tony Tolivai will pick up that one. Javante Douglas will go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
So I think Javante and Alonso, I feel between the two of them, if they can get going offensively, they can certainly...
Yeah, Alonso Burton not on the bench at the moment. It looked like he took a shot to Took a shot to the body somewhere at the end of the quarter, so he might be getting that attended to by the trainer. Hopefully we'll see him come back
Hopefully
up.
we'll see him shortly.
Shepherd with the ball against Woods.
Back up.
Patient with their offense are the Rams.
Yeah, and Richie's playing good defense on Xavier Thames. Good
Able
rebound.
to force a tough shot there by Wishburn, and away come the Mountaineers. Douglas with the ball, reversed to a wide open Richie Rogers and unable to hit the three.
It was a good shot. He was wide open. He's a good shooter.
Again, the Canterbury Rams looking to attack, and nice layup there by Julian Washburn under control.
Tough shot. Good defense by Thane. Went straight up.
Oh, a nice play there by Thane O'Leary. Dumps it down to Xavier Smith with a one-handed flush. Oh, and a miscommunication by the Ears and transition into the results to a layup and a foul.
The Ears just got to get together.
Transition defense so important, especially in a game against the Canterbury Rams. They look to push it every chance they get.
It certainly mixes up the momentum, doesn't it? And the games come in flows, and it's important to maintain your composure when things aren't going so well.
49-45 to the Canterbury Rams. Xavier Shaw and Joe Reddish come in for Xavier Smith.
Ooh.
Woods up fakes and pulls his way inside, and clearly a charging foul there.
Yeah, that was a charge. He may have got caught between passing it or taking it to the basket.
Canterbury Rams looking to build on this 5-point lead they have, and Tony Tulavai will shoot a quick three, but the Mountaineers are just again unable to convert on a rebound, and it goes back to the Rams. Oh,
you know, we need a stop, and the stop comes when you get the rebound.
Darling left wide open under the basket.
Well, he just stretched up for that, didn't he? Just dropped it in.
Mountaineers need a score here. Xavier Shaw with the ball at the top. Vontae Douglas, need to see more from him. As he will shoot the three and knocks it down. Here we go.
Here we go.
Vontae Douglas. Shepherd with Thane O'Leary marking him.
Take the basket.
Made some shoot a tough shot, but Darling is there.
A little Euro step, but Thane making him take a difficult shot, and that's all we can ask from our defenders.
Woods again trying to get to the rim and fouled by Xavier Thames.
So I'm not sure what position Roger played at university. Are you aware of what position he focused on?
No, I would say
small forward, right? Power forward.
He looks like a very versatile player who can do quite a few things, and definitely a sort of a mismatch problem across the board. Put a bigger guy on, he can take you from outside. You put a smaller guy on, and he can play what we talked about, that bully ball.
Bully ball.
As he knocks down the first. Makes both of them.
Good shooting.
Substitutions, and Oscar Robertson, the young fella.
48-52
coming on
to the Rams.
For Roger Woods and Joe Reddish off, and Richie Rogers back in the game. Good to see young Oscar Robertson getting a bit of important game time here.
Can use his youth and his athleticism and be a nuisance. Good switch.
As he switched up against Mr. Shepherd, and he goes right at him. And just taking the young fella to school there, and basket
they
and one.
switched up, and Shepherd certainly took him to the basket. But Oscar's got to hang in there. We've all been there at that age.
Yep, you all got to start somewhere.
Got to start and soak up the experience and just learn from it.
Still have no update on
Alonso
Burden. He's on the bench now, but he hasn't looked to check back into the game.
So we're not quite sure what's happening there. If he's got a slight injury, good backdoor.
Monte Douglas unable to hit. Ship it away with the ball. Xavier Haynes getting to the rim. Another basket and a foul by Oscar Robertson.
He's got to get in there and help the young fella.
Maybe just a little too far under the basket. Not sure.
I felt he was moving his feet. He had his hands up. He was backing away.
Yeah, maybe a tough call there on the young man.
Maybe a tough call, yeah.
Tony Tulavai for the Canterbury Rams is 12 points. Nice little outing from him. Already a double-double for Winston Shepherd, who has 14 and 11 rebounds.
He's a nice player. He's got some nice skill. Doesn't force it, lets it happen. And
Julian Washburn has 13 points, 4 assists for the Rams. Maxwell Darling has 9 points, shooting 3 of 5 and 5 rebounds, also 3 steals as well. So
yeah, I've been impressed with young Max.
A lot of young talent we're seeing tonight on the court from both teams.
So that's encouraging from a New Zealand basketball perspective.
Roger Woods leading the way for the Taranaki Mountaineers with 13 points, 3 rebounds. Xavier Smith and Richard Roger both have 7 apiece. Richie also has 4 assists. And Devontae Douglas, 9 points, 3 of 7 shooting, 3 rebounds.
Look, I like the fact that Trent's left on young Oscar.
Definitely after 2 tough calls, and I think that last one was a bit unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, but he's got an opportunity here to get himself in the game.
St. O'Leary driving hard to the rim.
Thanes matter impact in the second half. Good decision making.
As he will go to the free throw line for 2.
I'm surprised Canterbury aren't really pressuring the Airs, to be fair, at this stage.
You thought they would be getting up a little bit more and putting more pressure on the point guards.
But I'm sure there's a reason they're not doing that. But I thought they'd be making it really difficult for the guards, making them work to bring the ball up, turn them.
Thane knocks down the first.
Thane's a local. Played at New Plymouth Boys High School. Very smart player.
52-58 to the Canterbury Rams.
Plays out.
Taylor Brook with the ball, gives it down to Shepherd against Woods. Double teamed by Richie. And they come away with a steal. Able to give it back to Devontae Douglas with the 2. Wasn't pretty, but they got the job done.
It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. That's 2 points. 54-58 to the Rams.
Xavier Thames with the ball out front. Britt hands it back to him. He looks to get to the rim. Strong drive. And going to the line as both teams are in the penalty.
Hand off and took it straight to the basket, straight to the rim. Not quite sure what's happening with Alonso.
Xavier Thames with 10 points, 4 of 15 shooting. Also 2 assists. Has made both free throws so far, and he knocks down his third. Two minutes 54 left here in the third quarter. Hits both of them. See who the Mountaineers go to here as the Rams in a zone defense.
running their motion offense.
Oh, Woods found underneath and a nice little pass.
Nice pass. Nice back cut by Woods.
And Taylor Britt just wanted to dribble the ball before he caught it, I think, and turns it over.
So the Airs need to capitalise on this.
Oh, nice play again by Roger Woods to Thane O'Leary, but unable to make the layup. Winston Shepherd. And nobody boxes out.
Second chance.
Julian Washburn. And again, the offensive rebounds killing the Mountaineers. Roger Woods, pump fakes. Oh, again, just forcing it inside when it's not there. Taylor Britt looks to get to the rim on Xavier Shaw. Nice little move there.
Nice move on him. Up and under.
64-56. Tough little stretch here for the Taranaki Mountaineers.
It is.
Momentum just swinging the way of the Canterbury Rams. Mountaineers left looking for answers as Richie's left wide open in the corner and knocks it down. Nice game here from Richie Roger, who has 10 points now with 5 assists. Just had a real solid all-around games and a couple of steals as well.
That was an important shot. He made that.
Just to break the
We're back to 5.
Momentum.
We're back by 5, so.
And a turnover here for the Rams. So
what there is now is they need stops. But as we mentioned earlier, a stop comes when you get the defensive rebound.
Offensive boards for the Canterbury Rams. They have 14 of their 33 are offensive boards.
Do we have anyone in foul trouble with those stats?
So Xavier Smith has 4 and Javonte Douglas have 3, so that could play a big part. Big minutes will need to come from Thane and Xavier Shaw. With Smith on the bench, I don't think you'll see him maybe till midway through the fourth. And Oscar Robertson.
I think he'll be on the bench probably until 5-6 minutes to go.
And we see the young fella again, Oscar Robertson, on the court for the Taranaki Mountaineers. Javonte Douglas knocks down a second.
The Airs have got to dig in here.
Coming up, 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Washburn against Xavier Shaw. Nice kick out and close out. Rebound to
the rebound.
Shaw. And foul there.
Well, Alonso possibly
7,
he's got an injury.
Yeah, it just looked like he got hit and sort of crouched over it in front of the bench just in one of the last sequence of plays that happened before the halftime break. Doesn't look like he's getting ready to go back in to the game as Oscar Robertson gets on the board for the first time
in his NBL
career. Young man who goes to
and I'm sure he's
got Plymouth Boys High School.
A long career ahead of him.
Definitely was under 18, New Zealand under 18 last year, and went to Guam for the tournament. Done really well over there.
Fantastic.
So it's good to see the young man.
So the Airs have managed to grind it back. So the momentum has shifted. Good defense.
Good defense there too. As the Airs come out with it.
Oscar.
16 seconds left in the quarter. And going early here as the Mountaineers. I thought they would have made a hold of that for the last shot, but they don't. But they do get 2 shots out of it.
And who was that foul on?
Not sure who the referee called that on. I know Shepherd was guarding him.
So is anyone on?
So it looks like Xavier for the Canterbury Rams. Maxwell Darling has 3. Xavier Thames has 3 as well as Winston Shepherd. Canterbury, Tony Tulavai, nice little Euro step for the layup.
The old Euro step.
And something's been called here from Mal Wellens.
Not sure what that call is.
Just talking a holding foul.
Holding foul.
Layup was made by Tony Tulavai, and obviously an off the ball foul will result.
Unfortunately, we don't have instant replay, so
would help in a time like this.
I'm not quite sure who they called that foul on.
Either way, the Canterbury Rams getting the benefit of the doubt at the end of the quarter. As Shepherd knocks down the first. It's in both. 2.8 seconds for the Ears to get a shot off. Josh Aitchison comes in for Shepherd. And Douglas will heave it from halfway and knocks it down.
Oh! What a great play, and I'm sure that's exactly how Trent designed it and drew it up.
Nice way to have momentum going into the third quarter.
That was great play.
1 point in it, 67-68 to...
Javonte set that screen, and then he left right away. Tony got the ball, threw it to him on the run.
Nice shot there by Javonte Douglas.
Shot.
And as we talked about it, Javonte Douglas has stepped up. Now has 17 points, 5 of 9 shooting to go along with his 4 rebounds.
And you'll see him have a bigger fourth quarter. So the Ears are hanging in there. I mean, the Ears have had to play young Oscar. He's got some valuable minutes. Xavier Smith's probably going to have to start on the bench.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
There's no need to bring him in at this stage.
Yeah.
So we're still hanging in there.
It'll be interesting to see when they do bring him in, and it obviously meaning a lot more minutes for the likes of Xavier Shaw and Thane O'Leary to hold down the fort until he gets in there. Yep. Good sort of scoring balance here from the Canterbury Rams. Tony Tulavai with 14 points, 5 of 6 shooting. Winston Shepherd with 16, 3 of 10. Xavier Thames with 12 points, 4 of 16, and Julian Washburn 15 points, go along with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and Taylor Britt, the only one from the bench who's scored 2 points. So Canterbury Rams relying a lot on their starters.
I think we're in for an exciting fourth quarter here. Young Oscar is still out there, so he's getting some great minutes. Now, I'm fairly certain that Canterbury are going to put the pressure on our guards right now.
Taranaki Mountaineers, of course, with a double header this round, playing Nelson on, going down to Nelson on Friday night. And so this is the first game for the Canterbury Rams away from home and their first game of this round. So the fresher legs, it would seem like, should go to the Canterbury Rams down the stretch as Xavier Shaw takes it to the rim, unable to hit.
Strong rebound.
Xavier with the ball at the top, gives it to Shepherd.
Switching.
As Hams goes straight in, and Washburn is left wide open from the corner, unable to hit. And another offensive rebound for the Rams as Douglas cleans up.
Rebound, he's going.
Looks like he might go all the way, and
he's drawing some fouls.
Foul, referee will call that on the floor.
I've been impressed with the Ears. They've managed to hang in there. They're missing some key players.
So now 2 starters down. We knew at the start of the game that Houston O'Reilly was not going to play, and now Alonzo Burden has received an injury.
Just need to look after the ball.
Still no score here in the start of the fourth quarter so far. Minute gone. Washburn and Shepherd will be played by Xavier Shaw. Tries to go baseline, blocking foul called on Xavier Shaw. Baseline ball to the Canterbury Rams.
Let's see what play Mark Nichols got drawn up here.
I've seen a lot of zone on the out of bounds plays from both teams, but it looks like they will match up here.
Switch.
Two-man game, Shepherd.
You know, sometimes the best out of bounds play is to get the ball in bounds.
Nice.
The young
nice
fella's
job there
hustling.
by Oscar Robertson, and Washburn will pick up the foul.
Nice, Oscar.
Taranaki Mountaineers getting nice production from their bench guys. Xavier Shaw comes off. Zane O'Leary comes back in.
I mean, we're managing to hang in there. So it appears Canterbury have elected to remain in that zone. Let's see what type of offense the Airs will run.
Woods getting to the rim. Puts up a little floater, unable to hit. Darling with the ball on the post, gives it to Britt. Ball swung to Shepherd as he finds himself wide open under the basket for a layup. Douglas with the
He's
ball
certainly
against
having an
Britt.
impact on this game.
Oh, nice little drop down pass. And
basket count.
Basket will count. And it looks like just calling that the ball hit, someone grabbed the net as the layup was shot.
So
So
the
they're
basket
just
counts.
making sure the basket counted.
For young Richie Rogers.
Yep.
We're going to need to talk to the technicians and see if we can organise an instant replay.
Might definitely help us out with some of these calls because we're a bit unsure.
We are a bit unsure.
Who's getting called with.
And quite often we're looking at the screen and then looking at the game. So
Xavier will go to the line.
we're going to need our Taranaki fans right now.
Good turnout for a Sunday
Good turnout
afternoon.
for a Sunday afternoon. We get this win. The Airs get this win, and things are looking positive. Yeah, the league's really interesting. There's certainly 4 teams that appear on paper quite stacked in terms of name players.
Definitely, yep.
Australian NBL players, Tall Blacks, both former and current. So I think these teams can really shake them up. Nice. I think that's number 4. Is that number 4 on Max Darling?
It looks as though it is. Smith.
So Thane's come in. He's had an impact on this game. Certainly made some good decisions.
And knocks down another free throw.
I think we're in for a nail biter.
Don't you just see a lot of offense out of in terms of production from Thane, but has had to step up tonight.
And my perception is I think he lets the game come to him and he'll see openings. And he's not the type of player to force things, but I think he's looking for other opportunities right now.
Oscar Robertson
Good
with a steal.
Oscar. Hold the ball.
And he is fouled.
Well done, Oscar.
Oh, you got to give it to these Mountaineers bench guys. Thane O'Leary, Xavier Shaw, Oscar Robertson. You know, they've all stepped up and especially
Richie Roger
who has stepped up into the starting role and had a great game so far.
I'm just a little more surprised why they're not up and in right now. Why Canterbury aren't up and in. Just put some pressure on them, but obviously that's not their game plan. Go strong.
Roger Woods again with the bully ball.
The bully ball, yep.
As
someone from Canterbury, unfortunately, is down.
Tony Tulavai took a shot there.
Tony Tulavai. He's played a solid game.
He has the ball on the perimeter now. Nice little crossover move and another Euro step. He's got that down pat. Finishes with the left hand. Sparky Dickel getting after his team to dig in and play defence. Oscar Robertson with the ball at the top. Xavier Shaw unable to hit from downtown.
72-74. That would have been a big shot had it gone in. Here's need a stop.
Shepherd with the ball out of the top. Does a lot of his work from out the top of the key there. And he will take the three and knock it down. Big shot there from Shepherd. 77-72 to the Canterbury Rams.
See, right now there's 6:30 to go, and we've got 4 players who traditionally are on the bench. So they're holding out and trying to keep maintain and keep it close.
Max Darling with the foul there. Trying to guard Roger Woods off the dribble. As you see the versatility that we talked about a little bit earlier with Roger. Put a big guy on him, he can sort of take you to the rim.
These are big foul shots for Roger and for the Mountaineers. .6:23 to go, and this is the time. This is money time.
Most definitely, and Smith still on the bench for.
So is Javonte in foul? He's not in foul trouble, is he? He is.
So he's got 4 as well as Smith.
So these boys have got a good opportunity here. The Mountaineers. The one positive is Xavier Smith, when he finally gets in the game, he'll be fresh.
Yep.
And he'll be ready to go. And we're going to need him protecting the rim. We're going to need him grabbing boards, both offense and defense. 73-77 to the Rams.
So you would
big shot.
You would guess that for the Mountaineers lineup that they have on now, Roger Woods will take over the offense and try and get his way to the rim.
Yeah, I think he's still got to run that offense and then just be more assertive in terms of looking for his chance.
Tulavai finds Max de Geese wide open in the corner, unable to hit.
Rebound, strong rebound. Defense, it's a stop.
Oscar Robertson with the ball at the top, gives it to Shaw. Swings it to Woods.
Big shot.
He'll try a shot at a 3 and knocks it down.
That's what it's about.
Woods stepping up.
You called it. Woods is stepping up in this
game is
time
tied.
of need.
Just under 6 minutes left.
And this group of players is doing well.
Tony Tulavai.
There's the long arms. There's the length.
Picks the pocket.
This changes the game.
Oscar Robertson will find himself wide open from downtown. Almost hits it. Thane O'Leary on the board. He'll go back up. Blocked by Shepherd. Great block there by Shepherd.
Good rebound. Equally a good defensive play. So you just got to keep playing through that.
And top of the key. And
the charge.
Xavier Shaw taking a charge. Play. Nice defensive play there by Shaw.
So that's a big play at this stage.
And
rather than going to the line, we now have the ball. Smith's coming back on.
Thane O'Leary
well
will take
done
a
to Thane O'Leary. Stay ready, Thane. So there's obviously no doubt that Alonso's got an injury of some kind.
Yes, definitely.
So the Airs are doing brilliant. The coaching staff's doing well.
Staying in the zone as this Canterbury team, but they look to switch it back into sort of a sagging man-to-man defense here. Roger Woods again from downtown, and again will knock it in.
Shot.
Stepping up big time. Mountaineers up by 3, 80-77.
So early on, Roger's playing the bully ball going to the basket. Now they're giving him a bit of room, and he's hit 2 key shots for us. For the Mountaineers, that is.
Xavier Thames will reply with another 3.
That's a good shot. I don't want to sound too biased, but it's a close basketball game, and that's what we want in terms of.
And Smith, the fresh legs, comes in.
He thought about it, but he's been on the bench for a while, so I think he made a wise decision.
See if they go back to Roger here. Has Tames on him, looks to take them to the basket. Left-hand drive, and again scores it with the left hand.
Roger's taken over here. Roger's taken over. So he's made
scored the last 10 points for
3 great plays in a row and a defensive play. That's what we need.
Mountaineers digging in here. Xavier Shaw looks to get back out. Oh, and they find Tony Tulavai under the basket.
Roger, looked like Roger may have been taking a little break there. He managed to go back door, but
Shaw will set a screen.
82-80.
See what Roger does here. Take another 3 and will airball that one. Maybe looks a little bit tired.
I'm sure Javonte be coming.
Oh, nice pass there, and foul will save the basket.
Foul. That's a good smart foul.
82 all here, 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Oscar Robertson.
It was only a good foul in terms of it wasn't an and one, is what I was alluding to. 82-82, 3:35 to go.
Mountaineers have Devontae Douglas and Xavier Smith on the court. Both have 4 fouls with Thane O'Leary, Richie Roger and Oscar Robertson.
So the 2 of them are fresh. I expect them to play both ends incredibly hard.
Oh, how does that happen as Washburn gets the free throw line rebound? Rams will get another possession as Thames will step up and hit a big 3.
We just got to get down.
86-82.
Yeah, he's got to run our plays.
And a turnover from Douglas.
Hustle.
As Shepherd gives it off to Washburn. Good transition
Good
defense
ball.
here by the Mountaineers as Thane delivers the ball to Douglas, who will shoot a transition 3. Unable to hit.
Transition D.
As Shepherd will make a wise decision, take it out.
82-86.
Just under 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Xavier directing traffic from the top. Switched up on Oscar Robertson. Will take the pull-up jumper, and he has been clutch.
He's been clutch.
Trent
Too big.
Adams for the Taranaki Mountaineers will take a timeout.
7.
God, what a game we have on our hands here. First of all, Roger Woods, nice spurt there, scoring 10 points in a row, couple of threes, 2-pointer layup with the left hand and 2 free throws, and then back on this side,
Xavier Thames.
Xavier Thames. So back and forth here, and 88-82 to the Canterbury Rams. If you're Trent Adams right now, who are you going to on this next possession?
Well, I'd look at the team. I'd go with Javonte. I'd look at Javonte. I'd look at Javonte to make the right decision. But he may run some action that eventually ends up in Javonte's hand. However, you play what's available during that time. And with Thane, he's a good decision maker. They've got to make the right calls. I'm not sure if Roger's back in.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to sub in just before the timeout.
Well, if Roger's back in, I'd be looking at Roger.
Roger has 27 points.
He's the hot hand. He's made the key shots. So I'd be looking at Roger and Javonte and just play. Take your options. Play basketball. Now, it's a time where we're going to need some consistent calls from our officials.
The switching defense here by the Canterbury Rams. Trying to get the matchup they want. Smith will shoot the free throw line jumper. Nice easy 2 for him.
Nice little inside pivot. That used to be called the Jack Sigma move. Google that one.
See if they go back to Thames here for the shot. Shepherd will have the ball at the top.
Still being patient with the ball. Looks like he's going to go.
Pull up 3. Short. Battle for the rebound. Goes to the Canterbury Rams. And nice job there by Smith. Saves it into Javonte Douglas.
Great play.
All right. Xavier Thames unable to get the steal, and the ball will go back to the Mountaineers.
Your teammates got to let him know someone's running behind him. So that play was typical of the play today. Javante had the rebound. Someone came along, knocked it away. I think it was Thames. And then Xavier Smith made a great defensive play. So we need a score here.
Thane O'Leary being aggressive against the rim. Smith, who scored the last basket, shoots a nicer again. The top loves that top of that key area.
I mean, Smith got himself in foul trouble. He's come in cold. He's got himself warm, and he's hit 2 big shots for us. So
86-88 to the Canterbury Rams. Minute and a half left.
We've got a game on a hand. It's been back and forth
Xavier
for the last 38 minutes. So
Xavier Thames for the Canterbury Rams is 22 points, 7 of 20 shooting. Has been very clutch here in this fourth quarter, doing it all for his team. Washburn has 15, 7 and 16 shooting, and Winston Shepherd has 21 points to go along with 13 rebounds. So he's doing it all for his team tonight for the Taranaki Mountaineers. Roger Woods has 27. Devontae Douglas has 17 to go along with 5 rebounds, and Xavier Smith, who's just come back on, has only played 21 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and Richie Roger 12 points to go along with 6 assists. So nice balanced game there for him.
Nice balanced game, but the most important stats that they'll have is about to come up now.
Canterbury Rams will have possession here.
Good pressure. Might have been a little push off there, but that's basketball. We need a stop here. We need the rebound.
Xavier Thames with the ball. Looks to get to the rim. Free throw line, pull-up jumper.
Good defense.
Arguing a foul. Ball is tipped back up again, and it's been the story of the night for the Taranaki Mountaineers.
I thought Richie recovered well on defense, made Xavier shoot a tough shot. What are we running here?
Devontae Douglas will shoot the 3 and knock it down. 1 point game.
Right there, we've got a 1 point game. We need a stop. This is exciting. Looks like how are they going to counteract? Are we going to switch on the screens? Looks like we're in a zone.
Looks like we're almost certain that either Thames and Woods claiming that he had the ball on that one.
Yeah,
Mountaineers did have a foul to give, so should be on the floor.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it appeared that he may have had most of the ball.
Referee obviously would have had a better angle than us up here.
Obviously. And not the biased perspective.
Xavier with the ball out top.
The challenge, what are they? Is he going to run an ISO? Potential, yeah.
They're going to roll. Tony Tulavai gets baseline. Tough kick out past the Julian Washburn, and a shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Taranaki Mountaineers. Right when you want it.
This is what it's all about.
Down 1, 24 seconds left.
Look, this has been a tremendous effort from the Mountaineers. They started the game without Houston. It appears Alonso's carrying an injury, hasn't played the second half, so this has just been tremendous. So
we'll see what they do here as they look to move the ball a little bit. Roger will take it inside. Smith, who's hit the last 2, unable to hit that one. We'll see if the Mountaineers foul here. 9 seconds left, and full court foul on Richie Roger. So the Rams will have to hit free throws here.
I mean, it's a big shot. He's hit the last 2. His confidence was there. That's his range.
Eight seconds left on the game clock.
This is what's all.
Trent Adams has
talking on the sidelines.
Trent Adams has 1 timeout left, so you could be almost certain that if he makes the second, he will call that timeout. Xavier will knock down the first. Let's make it a 2-point game.
Let's go, Ayers.
If he misses, you have to get this rebound. He does just that. Smith with the rebound. Gets it out. Roger Woods with the ball. 6 seconds left. Finds Richie Rodser for the layup. Scores it!
Yes!
2 seconds left. Score is tied.
Here we go.
Canterbury Rams with a timeout. Nice advance pass up to Richie Roger, who has had the game of his life starting.
He's stepped up. This is only going to help the Airs in the long run. He's got some real great minutes under his belt. And once Houston comes back and Alonso, we're even going to be better.
Well, if you're the Canterbury Rams, if you're Sparky Dickel right now, you've got two guys who have dominated the ball, Shepherd and Thames. Will you be running something that kind of miscues one of them and gets one of them the shot, or what are you doing right now?
Look at a play that can potentially get one of them open, with the other guys being options if they overplay. If the Airs come out and double team and stop that, they've got to look to go to the basket whether they're setting screens and rolling or what have you. But a lot of times you want to get the ball to the right guy, and basketball's a funny game. You miss a shot, you make a shot, it changes everything. So.
Absolutely. Mountaineers just need one stop here. 2 seconds is a lot of time. You can get off a dribble in 2 seconds, so we'll see what happens here. Dane O'Leary with the long arms guarding the inbound pass.
Yeah, what are they running?
Here's a little handoff, tough shot there. Almost banks it in, but we will go to overtime.
Overtime, so well done. So Sparky obviously ran a play where sometimes the best person to take the shot in that situation is the inbounder. So the inbounder got it back.
Good call there, Darren, and sometimes the inbounder is the guy that gets left open all the time.
That's right.
Oh, overtime here in New Plymouth.
Exciting.
What a great game we have for you on the live stream. 91 all. Had a bit of a rough first half, but the second half has been sort of momentum-wise from both teams. We saw it a lot from the third quarter from the Rams and the fourth quarter from the Mountaineers, so it's resulted in a tie.
And you've had those flows, those up and downs for both teams, and it's how you ride them out.
Oh, exciting stuff here as the crowd getting into it.
So, yeah, we've got foul trouble here, so...
Yeah, something to keep an eye on.
Javonte's on 4, is he?
As well as Roger and Xavier Smith.
Xavier Smith, so they're going to need to be smart.
Yeah, be...
smart in their rotations.
If you're the Taranaki Mountaineers, bench players obviously need to make sure you keep focused and keep into the game, because your number might get called.
They've got to definitely keep focused. But they've had some good minutes under their belt, so... That's one positive. Sometimes it's difficult as a bench player to come in and you haven't played for 30 odd minutes. So. And
for the Canterbury Rams, Winston Shepherd with 4 fouls, as well as Julian Washburn and Maxwell Darling, all 4 fouls each. So that will play a big part in the outcome of the game. Canterbury Rams have the ball to start off with.
Look, the Airs to be in this position is so encouraging. We've just got to close it out.
Well, fans here getting your money's worth tonight.
And I hope the fans at home who have live streamed travel.
Shepherd slips with the ball. 3-on-1 situation. Throws it up to Xavier Smith, who throws it down.
That's momentum right there. Now we've got to go back, pick it up on defense. Crowd's got to get going, get excited. Watch your fouls.
Washburn answers with the floater.
So he made the right play.
Just able to get into the rim, into the middle.
Both Roger and Javonte had to be wary of the foul. So 93-93.
Douglas with the ball. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Woods. Always taking his time as Woods. Stripped away. Shepherd has the ball. Dane O'Leary chasing. Doesn't want to give up a foul as Shepherd takes the easy layup.
Swiping at the ball almost. I was thinking about an and one, but 95-93, this is exciting. The Airs.
Richie with the ball at the top.
I think Richie's got his confidence that he'd be able to take
the ball to Roger.
Shots.
And Richie takes another 3, unable to hit off the back.
Transition D. Good rebound by Julian.
as the Rams will slow it up. Look to try and build on the 2-point lead. Smith won't want to foul in this situation. And he gets away with a nice block there.
That is great defense.
Great second jump there. Got off his feet, but able to keep his arms up and re-jump and block the shot.
Bill Russell defense right there.
Rogers finds himself. Woods open on the three-point line. Puts them up by one.
Here we go.
Just under 3 minutes left in overtime.
Thames
gets to the rim and another block by Xavier
Bill
Smith.
Russell. Outstanding.
And again, just tipped behind. Tough turnover there by the Taranaki Mountaineers. And Tulavai getting to the rim and converting. Now the Canterbury Rams up by one. Oh, great defensive play, but only to turn it over down this end.
We've got to look after the ball. Javonte's got to look after the ball.
Smith with the ball. The top. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Smith gets it on the top. Turnaround jumper. Oh, in and out for the ears.
In and out.
Shepherd comes away with the rebound.
The moment left his hand, looked like it was going in.
Just coming up 2 minutes, 96-97 to the Rams.
Staines is taken over here. This is where the isolation ball might come into play.
Shepherd sets it top of the key screen, and Darling has the ball against Thane O'Leary. Nice little spin move and scores in the block.
That was a tough move.
Javonte Douglas moves the ball up quickly.
96-99.
Rams able again just to poke it away at the right time. And a fast break score for Julian Washburn as the Airs will call timeout. 96-101, just a little bit of a sloppy play there.
Sometimes as they're switching, it appears the switcher kind of came back and the spacing wasn't so great and managed to get a hand on the ball.
Yeah. A tough couple of plays there on the offensive end by the Mountaineers. Just the right time where you don't want them. Canterbury Rams with the momentum going into the timeout.
Certainly shifted. See, basketball's a funny game. Xavier made two big defensive plays, and the momentum was certainly the adrenaline was with us, and it's taken out when you lose the ball. Javonte, someone came and tapped it away. But that's the game.
Roger Woods with 30 points, 3 rebounds, also with 5 steals. Big game for him. Having to step up and carry some of the scoring load with 2 starters out, especially for the whole second half. And Smith with foul trouble came back into the game sort of midway through the fourth and definitely made a big impact both ends of the court. Mountaineers will have the ball. Minute 32 left.
Minute 32.
5-point game.
Plenty of time. We need a score.
Woods will get the ball to start with. See the switching D from the Rams. Xavier Shaw into the ball game.
Oh.
Throws a tough pass into the middle.
That switch, when they're switching, they're actually, you're almost double teaming the guy off the ball. They don't pass it.
Xavier with the ball out the top. Looks like play a 2-man game with Shepherd. Turnaround jumper. Money. Javonte Douglas with the ball now. Smith for 3 in the corner, unable to hit. Washburn with the rebound. And the Rams will be methodical here. Just under 40 seconds left to play. As the Airs double team. And smart play here from the Rams. They will try and hold the ball for most of the shot clock here, you would expect, as they work it round. And Tony Tulavai makes a nice little drive to the baseline, turnaround move. And
it appears that they called a foul?
Yep, he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 103 to 96 to the Canterbury Rams. 21 seconds left in the game. Mountaineers with no timeouts left, so they're looking for quick threes, you would guess.
I think they're looking for quick threes and hit the offensive glass.
Tulivai's had a nice outing tonight. 23 points for him.
He's been
9 of 10 shooting, so shot 90% from the field.
Outstanding.
And has hit all of his free throws, so great game. And his return here to Taranaki. As Mountaineers will go for the three the old-fashioned way, but can't get it, so Smith will go to the free throw line. 13 seconds left.
Down by 8.
Max Darling will come out of the game.
Stranger things have happened. I remember in the NBA, I think it was Tracy McGrady.
The 13 points. And
yeah. 8 seconds, was it?
13 seconds, I think. Yeah.
And then you've got Reggie Miller.
Yep. The 8 and 8.2.
Yeah. So we need one of those moments.
Canterbury not forcing any action here. They get it over, and it looks like it'll be over. And the Canterbury Rams will come away with the win. The Canterbury Rams will come away with the 104-97 win against the Taranaki Mountaineers. Game went into overtime, and Mountaineers unable to carry that momentum on through the overtime play. And Canterbury will be very happy coming away with the win here. Hard-fought battle for the Mountaineers, as starting without Houston O'Reilly and Alonzo Burden picking up an injury at halftime. So hard-fought battle for the Mountaineers, but unable to come away with the victory. Leading scorers for tonight's matchup. The Augusta Mountaineers, Roger Woods, had 30 points, 9 of 13 shooting. Devontae Douglas had 20. Xavier Smith with 14. And Richard Roger with 14 for the Wheeler Motor Canterbury Rams. Tony Tulivai had a great outing, 23 points, 9 of 10 shooting. Shot 50% from the three-point range and 80% from free throws. Xavier Thames, 25 points, 8 of 24, and Julian Washburn with 19, as we'll go down to Deshaw, who has Xavier Thames. So Xavier Thames for the Canterbury Rams, 25 points, came up clutch in the end. Also 4 assists for his unit and 5 steals as well. So a hawk on the defensive end, as Deshaw is with him now.
We're here, incredibly exciting game, but we're here to announce Xavier Thames as the Sales, Authentic New York Pizza game MVP. Congratulations, Xavier. I think it was a back and forth game. I really thought the Mountaineers gritted it out. They had a couple of misfortunes, but when we were deciding on who to give it to, we felt we could have given it to a number of players, but we felt that in the clutch times, you took over and you led your team. And so congratulations, sir. So I think I need to hand that to you. And my understanding is that you'll donate it to your favourite charity. So can you first comment on the game? And I'm sure you were pretty impressed with the Mountaineers. They had a couple of injuries and they gritted it out. So I'd like to hear your perspective.
We know coming in, they were a great team. They were missing, two key guys. A guy got hurt during the game, and their starting point guard, Houston, was hurt as well. But we know they're a great team, and they're at home, so we had to come out, and try to fight and get a win. And that's what we did. We didn't start off real good, but we, at the end of the game, we came down and got stops and got the win.
Yeah, you gritted it out, and it was an exciting game. Always exciting games to watch. Feel for our boys slightly, but congratulations to you. What I do like about your team is that you're young, and I think with you imports, you guys are young as well, and you're looking to progress your professional careers. But I like what your team's doing, and good luck, all the best, and you're an awesome player.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Good to see you, man. All the best. Thank you.
That was Xavier Timms winning the Sal's MVP award for the game. Definitely coming up very clutch for his team down the stretch, and especially in the fourth quarter. Had a number of big shots, couple of threes, couple of pull-up jumpers, and a big key steal in a key moment too. So he definitely came up big, and a big congratulations to him and his team as Canterbury walk away again. Overtime match, 104-97 to the Canterbury Rams. Just like to thank some of our sponsors, Sal's for sponsoring the NBL this year, for authentic New York pizza, as well as the TAB and Molten Basketball. In terms of minutes played for the Canterbury Rams, 43 minutes for Winston Shepherd and 44 for Xavier Timms, both playing big minutes. And look at Winston Shepherd, also had a big game for the Rams, 23 points, 6 of 15 shooting, and with also 15 rebounds, 7 assists and 3 steals. So big stat line there for him, and dominated the ball a lot, sort of played point guard quite a bit for his team, as well as the scoring role. So big game for him, as well as Tony Tulavai, former Mountaineer player for the Taranaki team, and he came back, played 37 minutes, scored 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Not much production from the bench. But Lonzo Burden, here are the up-and-coming NBL matches next Thursday. You'll have us again, as you see the Mountaineers versus the Jets. Friday, May 18th, Wellington Saints versus the Super City Rangers. And Sunday, the Rangers again will face the Canterbury Rams. And Sunday, 20th of May, the Jets will face the Giants as well. And I think we'll go down and see Darren Shaw again. He is with Alonzo Burton.
I went to take off, and I think I've just got a minor tear, Mick seems to think, in my groin. And it's just one of those things, like, I don't want to do any more damage to it, but I could feel it pulling me in the warm-up and stuff, so just made a decision.
And as guards, you definitely need that movement. So if you're not feeling the best, it's probably best what you did. And saying that, I thought the boys played well. They hung in there. It was a game that went back and forth. It was an exciting game to watch. How did you sum up that second half with you and Houston unavailable?
I think the boys played awesome. I mean, the young ones that came off the bench, they gave us energy. They weren't afraid of the moment. And when you have injuries, you need those players to step up. And I thought they did an awesome job. They should be very proud of themselves.
Look, we think you guys have played really well. You've had adversity that Taranaki seems to have, because we don't necessarily have the depth. So when you lose a Houston, or you lose a player like yourself, it has more impact on our team than it would the other teams that are more loaded in terms of talent. The results have got to come. I just believe how the players were playing. They've got good, valuable minutes under their belt. I suppose the key now is trying to keep everyone positive and focused. What's your views around that?
I think we've had 3 games now that we probably should have won. It comes down to, focus areas, the little one percenters. But in saying that, I mean, to be down a few players and have those boys come back, play as hard as they did, take it to overtime. I mean, they did really awesome. But at the same time, we've got to keep believing, and we've got to get over this hump. We've got to get over this hump, and
you do, and I believe you'll get over it. Look after yourself. We certainly need you out there, Alonzo. All the best, eh? Look after yourself. All right.
Thanks, Darren and Alonzo with that. And you hear him talk about the bench production for the Mountaineers team, and guys like Thane O'Leary, Richie Rogers, a young Oscar Robertson came in and did a great job for the team. That'll be it for us tonight. Once again, Canterbury 104 with the win over the Taranaki Mountaineers 97. We will be back with you on Thursday. Have a good one. I'm Brendan Baxter alongside Darren Shaw. We'll see you later. Thank you.